Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we got some big changes coming from Royal Caribbean with their casino. We have Carnival Cruise Line has gone and rescued 6 people who their cargo vessel overturned near the Dominican Republic. We also have Carnival responding to the possibility of them making a drastic change once again in the muster drill. I don't know how this is going to sit. So started on the Oasis of the Seas, where they took the jazz club on the Oasis and made it a smoke-free area casino, which makes it, easier for people, especially people with, say, asthma or breathing issues or anything like that, or just people who don't want to be around a bunch of smoke when you're playing your games in the casino. And now the Symphony of the Seas is the final Oasis class to get this new addition. It was done recently. Each ship that was done on the Oasis class took about 2 weeks to do, and it wasn't done during dry dock. They did it during normal sailing. They just closed that area off and brought in the new machines and installed them. The Symphony of the Seas is receiving 46 new slot machines, as well as some new tables, a designated cashier in the area, as well as bar service will be available there. Now, while not the full-blown casino, at least it's something for some people if they want to enjoy. I'll be honest, one of the reasons I don't gamble a lot on cruise ships too often is because many of them have very poor ventilation, and sometimes it just feels like I'm in one of those old 60s movies where it's nothing but clouds of smoke all around me. And now that we've gone kind of smoke-free in most public areas, it does get to you now. Before, you used to be kind of used to it, right? Remember, you used to go to a bar as a young person and it would just be around and you deal with it. And now, because we've gone smoke-free for so long, it tends to bother you more. So the good news is now there's going to be a place for both on board the Oasis class ships, as well as the Icon of the Seas when it comes out, and any future ships coming out from Royal Caribbean in those classes as well. Speaking of some good news, we had 6 seafarers working on a cargo ship near the Dominican Republic when their ship capsized. And it's not a super large cargo ship, but it's large enough, to wonder how it capsized. It must have hit some really rough seas or something happened. But the good news is Carnival Vista was nearby and did a nighttime rescue of the men in the boat. So it's a good thing there's a lot of cruise ships out there sometimes, because you hear this a lot of how many people have been rescued from cruise ships, right? From other vessels that started getting in trouble, sailboats, people sailed out too far in their kayaks and canoes. You hear this all the time, where the cruise ships come to the rescue. And here's another case where Carnival was in the right place at the right time, and I bet you the men on that ship were very, very happy that they were around. Now, we do have another thing going on with Carnival Cruise Line. And this was sent in to, once again, John Heald. And I'm chuckling because I was reading what a passenger sent into him, and I kind of got it funny. I thought it was kind of funny because the person is talking like they are, if you were a smart cruiser, this is the way it would go. So here's the situation. He sent it in, and he says, quote unquote, "So apparently, blank a cruise line is going back to the old and far more logical way of doing muster drills. No reasons have been given, only speculation. But it only makes total sense to me and total sense to other professional cruisers, all who hope Carnival does the same. This was sent in to John Hill. First off, I don't know who he's talking about. Going back to the old muster drill, the only ones I know that are currently doing the old muster drill was Disney. Everybody else who started, remember Norwegian started doing the old muster drill and immediately got, a lot of people said, hey, no more, no, this is ridiculous, let's stop this. In fact, on this, out of 1,200 people who responded to that professional cruiser, said 98% said, no, do not go back to the old muster drill at all. And so, yeah, well, I guess he's a very, or she, not assuming anything, is a professional cruiser. And who knows what that means? Does that mean you work on a cruise ship? Does that mean you cruise a lot? Are you high in status? Does that make you a professional cruiser? I don't know. Many people would say I'm a professional cruiser with over 150 cruises under my belt, and basically cruise at least once a month. I don't want them to go back to the old muster drill. I was on one of the ships when they brought back the old muster drill, and it was complete chaos. Nobody was listening to the people doing the safety drill. Nobody was paying attention. Everyone was talking. It was a mess, an absolute mess. And I don't think anyone got any extra information out of that system. I don't think you are now know exactly what to do in an emergency because you attended a muster drill. The only thing you know is where to go if there's an emergency. And guess what? The new muster drill, where you watch the video either on your phone or the TV, and then you listen to the emergency drill, and then you go to your muster station to check in. You just scan your card and you've checked in, and they say, this is where you come for your muster drill. And they explain to you, if you are near your stateroom and you can get your life jacket, great. If you're nowhere near your stateroom, you come here and a life jacket will be provided for you. That's the information that a cruiser needs in an emergency. This is where you go. All that other stuff, meeting in the muster drill, listening to explanations, nobody's paying attention anyway. So those who think that that is so much more information, it really isn't, because the vast majority of people aren't paying attention anyway. Much like the last time you were on an airplane and the stewardess stood up and started doing her safety drill. How many of you just sat there attentive, watching, okay, there's the exit, where's the window? Oh, there's the emergency window that she's talking about over there. Now, where does the mask come down if we depressurize? We know it now. We're not listening to it. We just assume that we're not going to die on this cruise or airplane. And really, in an emergency, the only thing you really need to know is how to get out and where to go. And the virtual reality system does exactly the same thing that the old muster station did. And by the way, John Hill said, yeah, we have no plans to go and do this. And I think right now, if a cruise line goes back to this, one of the big ones, I think they will get immediate pushback from their loyalty cruisers, because they have a hard time now getting people to even do the check-in at the muster station, let alone show up on time and stand there for 20 minutes during a muster station drill the old way. I don't think any cruise line is going to go back to that and not hear or pay the consequences. Well, let me know what you guys think. Am I completely out to lunch on this? Do you think, hey, you know what? I think the old way was better, and I hate the new way because, you know, we're not learning enough about the emergency system. Maybe people feel that way, but most people who have cruised and heard that safety drill more than once, just know, where do I go? A3? All right. Now I'm ready for my cruise. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.